All right, welcome back, Wayward Souls, the Double Tap In, episode 59. And we're talking about, I'm just fucking with you, I remember. It's the Reuben, the Rachel.
The Rachel, yes.
Corned beef Rachel. Yeah. So before we continue into that, I know you mentioned it last show, but for our listeners, it might be 3 or 4 days between shows. The Reuben is corned beef with Swiss sauerkraut and Thousand Island dressing on like a rye. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
And then a Rachel is that same thing. Corned beef, Swiss cheese, but it's coleslaw.
Correct.
Thousand Island dressing on rye.
Yes.
So that's the difference. And then you also have the variation that my Rachel and I really enjoy is a turkey Rachel, and they swap out the corned beef for sliced turkey.
That's good as shit.
And it is, oh my gosh.
See, dinner idea for you once you get your turkey done.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. I'm just thinking like,
yeah,
I don't know what's happened, but the last time we were at my in-laws, my father-in-law was talking about how they found the volume of microplastics that come off of your plastic cookware. And hang on a second.
Folks, you never know what's going to happen here.
You never know.
Yep.
It's right
here. And we need props.
Yeah. Specifically, black plastic cookware. The volume of microplastics that come off of that is insane.
Yep. I've heard that.
Yeah. So, and I don't know what it is that kicked in, like has set into my brain that we are no longer cooking with this stuff.
Yep.
The bitch of it is that this spatula right here, the number of pancakes and eggs and bacon and Lord knows what, that has come across this spatula right here. It's thin. Look at I'm telling you, I don't know that I have another spatula to flip eggs with that does a better job, that could do the job that this one does. It's almost like I'm gonna take one for the team and keeping these microplastics, but my kids will not. So that has set in, and it's like, all right. So we've started almost exclusively cooking in our cast iron, and then we got a bunch of wooden cookware. So I started using that, but then it's like, what about the deli meat? Like, we'll send Harper to school with deli meat. I was like, fuck that. Like, what's it take to make what's it take to make my own? And knowing that I love smoked turkey, I was like, well, that's an easy decision.
Yeah, like, absolutely.
That's like stupid simple. So
it'll take you an afternoon and you're set for a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the amount of turkey that we'll have after that is good. It'll be insane. Yeah. So that's what kicked this whole thing off. For the deli meats, not so much the pitted stuff. We had talked about that.
Sure. Yeah.
But the rest of it. So yeah. So the turkey Rachel. Oh my gosh. Amazing.
Yeah, went to Chaps and got that. And it is in, and I'm not a huge fan of Rosenfeld's, but that's more of a personal thing for me than it is their quality of food or anything like that. The owner and I don't see eye to eye on basic philosophies, but that's all. I will give them a shout out for a straight up Reuben. Probably one of the best that I've ever had anywhere, beyond the shadow of a doubt. So
and it's huge.
But when you have to deconstruct
Yeah.
sandwich to get it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
You have to, like, not only is it like if you get any sandwich there, like you'll eat half the sandwich for that meal.
Yep.
But you have to take some of the meat off so you can eat the sandwich, and then you'll eat that on its side.
Yep.
You then have the other half that you can still eat later because there's so much meat on it.
That's right.
It's amazing.
Exactly.
It's phenomenal. Like you look at the price, you're like, holy shit, that's expensive.
Yeah, but then you realize you're getting half a fucking cow in your sandwich.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know the circumstances with you and the owner. I will mention that. I guess it was last year, earlier this year. I don't know when it was. I don't know what day it is. But Snow Hill Middle School was in the middle of learning about the Holocaust and all that kind of stuff. And they wanted to take the kids to the Holocaust Museum in DC. So they were doing a little fundraiser. Well, one of the teachers reached out to the owners of Rosenfeld's, and he covered the cost,
Mm-hmm.
the bus rental, everything for them to go up there.
Beautiful.
And I believe, and I'm not for certain. I know he did for Snow Hill Middle School, but I believe that he made that option available to the other middle schools in the county to say, if you want to go, we will cover it.
Good.
And the like just that alone, like I'm a fan.
Sure.
I'm a fan. I don't know the gentleman personally, but like I know their food, phenomenal. And to see that, and again, there's an emotional, there's a personal connection because Rachel works at Snow Hill Middle School. So,
sure.
So there's that connection as well. But
yeah, absolutely.
That was awesome. That's an opportunity that some of those kids will never have.
Oh,
to
right. And they need to have it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and they just opened in Salisbury.
Yes,
walking distance from Wayward Soles headquarters.
Got to love. Where is it? Where did they move to? I know at one time they tried the airport and that didn't work.
Yeah, so they were at the airport, and now they are. Do you remember where Going Nuts Cafe was?
Yeah,
that same shopping center.
Okay.
Yeah. So Going Nuts was at the east end of it. At the west end of that. It was like a burger place. It's been a couple of different places, but now that's where they are.
Okay.
So, and if you follow them on social media, he's made reference that they may not be entirely out of Ocean City. They're out of that 63rd Street, 64th Street location.
Yeah,
but they may not be entirely
years or something.
Long time. Yeah, I remember going there, working part time, and getting these absolutely ginormous sandwiches.
Yep.
So
I went there several times. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I haven't been there yet, but they just opened.
So last week, wasn't it?
I want to say it was Friday.
Yeah,
I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
And this week, I think today they were supposed to open like 8 to 7 or something like that. They adjusted their hours because of training and like I think personnel to work and all that kind of stuff. So they're not doing their full hours that they wanted to do yet, but they're open. They're serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner all day.
Oh, damn, good for them.
Yeah. So excited for them. So yeah,
I'm excited for you. It's close to you.
Heck yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's walking distance. It's not going to be a regular walk, but it's
right.
Yeah.
So my first date with he who shall not be named was at Going Nuts Cafe when I tried to steer him into the fire service side of things. He wanted some advice on that, and did he listen?
No.
And
just like he says, he listens to the podcast.
We know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So, I binge listen.
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. We know people that binge eat too.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, that's right. Speaking of which, today's Monday, and we have a new episode out today.
We do. We do. It's the cleaning of the smokers.
Yeah.
I was listening to it on the way home, and we were talking about we made mention of it's the not so glamorous side of being a pitmaster. I was like, well, what's the glamorous side? And I was like, all the bitches.
Yep. Right. Because they follow us around like groupies and shit, you know?
I was like,
everybody wants our meat.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, oh, by the way, we're both married. Like, there are no
bitches are knocking down our door.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucking squirrel is back. He is in our big fig tree, climbing to the top, eating the figs that are left over. Dinner. Fig stuffed squirrel is what's for dinner.
That's right. You should cut out like a little section of the screen, just enough to stick the muzzle through.
I should. Yeah, because I can't raise the screen. I can't pop it out, but I bet there's somewhere. I bet it's got that binding that I can just pop out. So we're getting ready to camp, and in the process of getting ready to camp, I hopped on Marketplace looking for this pet ramp that we discussed last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, completely unrelated because of my brain can't focus. I find boat seats for the Skidoo. So I meet the dude at Selbyville Food Line.
Okay.
And buy the seats. They're perfect condition. Great price. Can't complain. And I said, well, shit. While I'm at the food line here in Selbyville, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to get something that I can't get in Maryland. And that is Hughes Scrapple. Now, if you've listened to the podcast before, you all know that Hughes is number 2. Number 1 is Sudlersville Meat Locker. Now, I was at Sudlersville last week and I was running late, so I didn't get a chance to swing in there and get Scrapple. So I said, well, I'll go with number 2 and I'll swing into Food Line and I'll grab it right while I'm here. So I walk in the front doors and standing in line is Kyle Gray. So I walk over, hey, brother, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And next thing I know, I'm attacked from the rear by a giant man.
Chris Murray.
And almost as bad, Q.
Okay.
Q had dropped off his little fluff at some place in Pittsfield to get the fluff groomed. Mm-hmm. And he snags Kyle and they come over. That bitch had $77 worth of fucking Scrapple. Do you know how much fucking Scrapple $77 is?
I'm going to guess that it's a good thing he brought his truck.
It's a plethora is what it is.
Yeah.
This motherfucker. 2. And, in Delaware, you don't have plastic bags. It's all paper. So he's trying to get his bricks up, and he leans over and he goes, it's cheaper to get the 2-pound blocks. It's 20 cents cheaper if you get the 2 pounds. I left plenty. I'm like, okay, buddy, thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think he ended up calling me later that night because you guys talked about going to Berlin Beer on Wednesday.
That's correct. Yep.
And he texted me. He said, "Hey, what's your schedule like?" And I was like, "I worked yesterday. I work tomorrow. I work Wednesday. Work Thursday." I was like, "Q, I would love to, absolutely love to, and it would be an absolute blast."
Yep.
I'm sorry, I don't have the mental headspace. Like, I'm done. especially by Thursday afternoon.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So who knows? That there may be an appearance. I'll shoot you guys a text when I'm leaving because I got to go past it anyway.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's man, I'll tell you, the past 2 visits to Food Line have been like old home week. I go into Subit same day now. This is last Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day, I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Run into those 2 in Selbyville, finish my shopping, come home, Shelbyville didn't have the coffee that we drink because we grind our own, and they didn't have the big bag that we're looking for. Food Line Berlin has it, so I go into Food Line Berlin, and I'm walking through, and I saw a friend of mine I've not laid eyes on in 40 years, and that's no exaggeration at all. And I stare at him, he stares at me, and I go, "You don't remember me?" And he goes, "I know your face. I cannot think of your name." I told him who I was, and he goes, "Oh my God, I've not seen you in so long." Da, da, da. So the last time I saw you, you were a fat kid, is exactly what he said. He said that I knew the face, the body didn't match. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it, brother. So I'm talking to him. I see Billy Thompson comes through. I'm talking to him for a few minutes. My produce guy. I'm talking to him. I turn around. There's what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what that is all about.
Now I can't focus. So I turn around, and here comes the Berlin EMS crew coming through shopping for dinner. So I talked to Freddie for a little while. Yeah. Love you, Freddie.
Mm-hmm. I worked with Freddie yesterday. He was on a trade. So
good.
Yeah.
Then as I'm going out, I run into another guy that I know and talk to him. So I spent probably an hour longer than what I needed to between two food lines by running into people.
Yeah. And you were sexually assaulted in one of them.
Yeah, I was from the back, which, if he was bigger, I'd probably have more of a gripe, but it's cute.
Yeah. Yeah. If it was Murray, you'd still be walking funny.
Right.
Yeah. That big bastard. Jeez. Whew. Love you, Murray.
So you're a Ravens fan today, apparently. Well, that's just as purple.
I guess. I don't fucking know. I had a online, like a Zoom meeting with my financial planner guy a couple weeks ago, and it did this. So I don't know what the fuck's going on.
And for those of you on our other broadcasting channels who can't see what's going on, Ben's screen turned purple.
Yeah.
It's translucent, so he looks like Barney right now.
Yeah. Like, what in the... Nope.
It's fucking funny. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. There's a setting on StreamYard, which is the website that we use for this, that says touch up my appearance. Let's see if that... It's thinking...
Higher. That did not do it.
Nope.
Strong, so we started out this thing talking about pastrami.
Oh, so we didn't even... Jesus.
So do you want to get into making of it?
Yeah, let's talk about making.
We can get into
we got 12 minutes.
And you can get into the venison pastrami too, which really interesting.
Venison corn
beef.
Yeah. So the beginning stage. We'll talk about both of them.
Yeah,
and then we'll kind of spread off. So both of them start out very similar, in that you brine them for an extended period of time. So the bigger the hunk of meat, the longer you're going to brine it. With the venison that my dad's coming down this week, we're going to do some corned venison roast. So he's only going to brine that for a couple days because it's just a smaller roast. But the pastrami that I did, the full brisket pastrami, brined for I think 7 days. So that sounds about right.
Yep.
So that part is the same. The seasonings, once they're done brining, so you take them out of the brine, rinse them off. The seasoning for pastrami is typically very heavy with like a coarse pepper, similar to a brisket, but just very heavy with the black pepper.
Yep.
So, and it's got coriander and clove. There's something else that I put on it. I can't remember. But a very particular spice array, if you will.
Yep, sure is. Mustard seed, all kinds of
shit. All kinds. Yeah. and not bad, but it's again like when you use those spices, it's like you're making a pastrami.
Yes.
So then you throw it in your smoker again, cooking it very similar to a brisket. 160, cook it to 165. You're going to wrap it, and then the mistake that I think I made in the pastrami that I did was I wrapped it and put it right back on the smoker. Where after talking with Michael, I should have done a big foil pan, some water in it, and put it on a grate, so that way it gets some steam as it finishes. I thought I thought the flavor was good, but I thought it was dry, and I thought it was still a little tough. So I think I would cook it longer,
Mm-hmm.
but over that steam pan, I think would help it um, be a little bit more tender.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the pastrami route. The corned meat route is again basically the same. You brine it, and then you basically boil it.
Yep.
Or throw it in a crock pot and boil it on a stove top, whatever. But you basically boil it until it falls apart.
Yep. That's it. So
Yeah.
the brine for corned beef also has nitrates in it, and
Okay.
it's this particular recipe is the traditional one. It's water, a cup of kosher salt, a
Mhm.
half a cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of saltpeter, which is your nitrates, 1 cinnamon stick, 1 teaspoon mustard seed, 1 teaspoon black peppercorns, 8 whole cloves, 8 whole allspice berries, 12
Mhm.
whole juniper berries, 2 bay leaves, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, 2 pounds of ice, which,
But that's at the end.
yeah.
You're going to boil all that, and then
And
before
then,
you put it on and it's going to give you more volume. And
yeah,
before you put it on the meat, you want to cool it down so you're not boiling your meat.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get your brisket, a small onion, a large carrot, and a stalk of celery. That's your brine,
Yeah.
basically. And
And
this says 10 days.
yeah. Yeah. Again, it's a huge hunk of meat.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think corned beef.
We'll see if Ben comes back from this. Because he is done locked up. This might be the end of the episode. We shall see. Hi, Ben on the phone. How are you, Ben on the phone?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, what happened, buddy?
So it sounds like from the explosion in the distance
Oh,
that we've had some sort of electrical problem here.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the website look on your end?
So it looks like you're frozen as a pink Barney, and we are still recording. And
Okay,
now
good.
you are completely gone, and it's just me.
Okay. Is it still recording?
Yeah,
Okay. Terrific.
yeah.
Is there a little in the top right corner? Is there a little end recording thing?
Not for me.
Oh. Well, in that case, when we're done, like let's finish this conversation. When we're done, we'll just close out the window and see what happens.
Yep, that works for me.
So, where were we?
So we were talking about the recipe for the corned beef, and you put all the ingredients into a big ass pot, and you boil them,
Yep.
and then you dump the ice in, and then once it cools off, you go ahead and dunk your brisket in it for 10 days in the refrigerator.
Uh-huh.
Once you pop that bad boy out of the brine and dry it off, you go to your depending on the route, if you want pastrami or if you want corned beef, because that's going to determine what you do. Like you were saying, if you want just corned beef, you just pop it into a vat of boiling water and you boil the hell out of it. You're making holy corned beef.
Yeah.
if you're doing pastrami, you smoke it, and towards the end of your cook, you steam it, and you have pastrami.
Yep. I thought I had seen somewhere that traditionally corned beef is just the flat.
Correct. Yes, I've seen that too. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
But that being said, that doesn't mean that you can't take some of the point of that brisket that you were already brined and cooked and have some really I think the flavor for that would be phenomenal.
Oh, I agree with you 100%.
You know?
Yeah. There's no question about that.
Yeah, in the process of cooking all that, you're going to get that fat to render down and just get some absolutely amazing flavor there.
Yes, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So, the pastrami that I made, I would say that the mistake was the not steaming it at the end.
Right.
You know, everybody, it's like we talked about when you make something, when you smoke something, and everybody that tastes it is going to love it.
Correct.
You know, like, unless you really screw it up, most people are going to really enjoy it.
Yes.
And like I said, I wasn't overly impressed. Would I do it again? Maybe. Like, it's similar to making bacon. Like, and the bacon that I make, I think is good. It's just the process to do it is like,
it's time consuming. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking 10 days of refrigerator space for a 6 or 8 pound brisket.
And that's if you do a small one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, there it is. That's our thoughts. And why kind of fuck around with it when you know that I can like, I know I can walk across the street.
Yep.
Oh, hang on a second. Let's see if this. I think my. Is it still going?
Did your power come back? Ooh. That means that is working. There he is. And the bitch ain't purple now.
Hey, yo. Guess who's back? Back again. Yeah. So, you know, all of that work and all that time that goes into it. Yeah. Like, I know that I can either go to the grocery store or I can go take a 5-minute car ride, and that's with traffic, to Rosenfeld's.
Yep.
And get amazing corned beef, amazing pastrami, and I don't have to fuck with it.
Yep.
You know, whereas if I make it, like, it might be good.
It might be shit.
It might be absolute shit. Like,
and then you're taking a $70 brisket and fucked it.
Yeah. My mother-in-law really, I think, I'm almost positive, really enjoys corned beef. Mm-hmm. And she said on multiple occasions that they've got the little ones that they have already marinated. All you got to do is throw them in your crock pot. Like, gives you the directions on the back of the bag. And she said that they've done it a couple of times and it's not been good at all.
Yep.
Like,
I've had that happen.
Why, you know, where they live, and this could be a show all in itself as well. Where they live, the cultural diversity is off the chart. So you have the option to go in 10 minutes in any direction you want to go and get really whatever kind of food you want. So again, their option to go somewhere, there's the little deli that they love to go to called Woodside Deli. And I think the last time we were there, my father-in-law got a Reuben, and it looked amazing. Oh my gosh, it looked amazing. I'm gonna have to go to Rosenfeld's today. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
There's probably a line out the fucking door. Yeah. Oh, so we're almost at 30 minutes. Before we wrap this up, I was talking to Tom at Babadook Brewing, and he sent me a picture. He was smoking some wings. I was like, "Hey, I want you to know that this grill's about." So there's a barrel smoker on Marketplace for $100.
Sure is.
And I sent it to him. I said, "Hey, just in case you need another one." He's like, "Nah, I already got one. I don't need another one of those." I was like, "Oh, well, here's." It was like an acorn or a green egg or something like that I sent him. I said, "Well, this is a fucking oh no, it was the keg that is in Ocean View for $450."
Yep.
I said, "That's a steal." I said, "If you want, I'll go with you. We'll pick it up." So that's what Hickman did to me. So I'm just doing it to you, passing it along.
So to our listeners, you have to understand that Ben and I are in multiple chat groups with other people. The faces change. Ben and I are the constant.
Yeah, the conversation doesn't change.
No. Yeah, exactly right. We've got one group, and I think it's Dale, Noah, you, and me, where it is nothing but marketplace cookers.
Well, so we have that same group in text message, Facebook Messenger, and on Instagram.
Yes. And
on Instagram, it's various reels of, "Hey, try this. Have you seen this?" Yep. Like there was one on there I think I sent Dale about like a cutting board that goes in the corner.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Like that's kind of a cool idea. Like,
yeah. See, now I like that a lot because you've been in our kitchen. Yeah. We have that corner, and that's a dead corner. When we're making pizza, the first thing I saw when you posted that was, that's my pizza making station.
Right.
So sorry, buddy, you're going to have to make me one.
And I think they lost, like, the idea can be improved by making that deeper into that corner.
Yep.
You know, if you take that further back, it gives you now not only do you have a place to cut stuff and then take the trimmings and whatever you're cutting right off into the trash.
Yeah.
But then you can push, like, if I'm dicing carrots, onions, celery, if I'm making, I can push it into different spots and I have more space. If you're doing a pizza, you can cut it all up. You can have it, like, all you have to do is, like, it's all in one tray.
So now when this airs, I'm going to have to post a picture of the cutting board so everybody can see what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a hell of an, I liked it.
Yeah.
And then that's our, that was Instagram, or was that Facebook? I can't remember. But either way.
I think that was either way. The Facebook Messenger is shit from Marketplace.
Yes.
Instagram is reels of stuff we should try, or like something we see. And then our text message group is
just bash the fuck out of them
all over. Yeah. I was going to try and take it, but no, that's really all it is. Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the picture I sent last night of the one you did with the training wheels on?
Training wheels.
Man, fuck you guys.
It's almost worth sending that to a sticker company to have that made as slaps.
Oh, goddamn. Slaps. Yeah. Yeah, that's some funny shit.
These are on the house.
Yep. They'll sell more than your little ones. Man, I didn't realize it was so small. I said, that's exactly what Casey said.
Yeah. Hey, but good for you. You must be doing something right. She's sticking around.
Yep.
So
when we know it's not for his cooked goods.
Yeah.
She looks good since she's lost weight. Why is she losing weight? No, it can't cook.
Yeah. Oh my. All right. Well, even through the technical difficulties, we're back and we're at our time. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.